sisters ain't doing that? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. The young Hispanic women that don't have their shit together, they live with their parents. They live with their parents. They go to work for these big wig companies, okay? They don't have no more babies with deadbeat Tyrone, all right? And they take their time to get their credit together, to get their life together. By the time they in their mid-30s, they're getting their body back together, ladies. And by the time they 40, they living in a big house in the middle of nowhere, Texas. They already have a husband. They have a whole community to support them to overcome the poor choices that they made. And they learn from their mistakes, ladies. Young Hispanic women do that. Young Asian women do that. They depend on a family. And the reason that they don't keep on making and perpetuating that mistake is because their parents will not allow them to continue to make those mistakes because their parents are supplementing their poor choices. In the Black community, the government is supplementing your poor choices, and the government is predicated on you continuously competing, creating and repeating that cycle. If there was a real gender war, these niggas would be out on their asses and it'll be an all-out war. That gun memorial will blow up with sisters. But right now, there's a suppression that's happening with those sisters. The government is giving them their cake. Y'all heard that term, let them eat cake. Right? I think it's a French term. Chenaz quoi, whatever it is. Don't quote me. I'll put it in the description box. I'll put it in the comment section as a pinned comment.
Intelligence is important.
That phrase, let them eat cake, is coddling these ladies. They're comfortable. They're living a lifestyle of a person that's making $80,000 a year.
Let them eat cake is a reference. Let them eat cake is a reference to getting your head chopped off.
Their food stamps, they're able to get their cake, get their lobster, get their steak, barbecue during the summer. They go into free programs during the summer with their kids. They are
those not educated in history of fools do it and succumb to it over and over and over again.
I'm about to get rid of you.
That's all I'm saying.
Change your name and come back. You can't have no name like that and be on my platform. Might have picked the wrong one, y'all. Ladies, right? And they don't have to be counting their pennies. They don't have to. And so, in them being in that coddle stage, it's kind of like, remember the Matrix? No, child support is not made to break anybody up because children you got to be a willing participant to have kids. Ain't nobody that went over and raped you. More than likely, you ain't been raped. Ain't nobody that stole your baby making materials and forced you to help. You have to be a willing participant in your own demise.
No, let me keep playing some more of that.
In that sense. So, like
you chose to be slaves.
The only reason why those ladies right now, are in that situation and they're perpetuating that situation and they're continuously repeating that cycle is because they have a false sense of making it. Because they're able to go get food every month. Now, they might not be able to go get a new car. They might not be able to move out of the environment. They might not be able to go to school. They might not be able to have credit cards. But simply because they're being supplemented by the government and eating that food and they're comfortable, ladies. They're comfortable. Yes, food stamps got my belly lovely. Hashtag job. For what? Get what I'm saying? That's just one supplemental program. That's just one supplemental program. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below.
Oh man. Oftentimes they kind of make this too easy, so to speak. Often the message is conflicting. I don't know if she's roasting black men or black women. However, I do know that the hate you create, or you project or you promote on YouTube is usually captured inside of the chat room. So oftentimes I record these difference of opinion women. And I'm not interested in what they're saying, particularly because what they're saying is, I don't know, basically inconsequential. It's opinion. It's, she's got emotion. She's gonna say what she wants to say. Whatever the fuck it is. I get it. You have the right to say what you gotta say, and be and do what you want to do. I just know that from the tree comes the fruit. And whatever type of fruit you bear is what your message should really be taken as. I'm confused because how can you successfully promote the success of Black women while promoting an interracial union that would produce a non-Black woman in which you have a problem with technically because you don't consider them to be Black? So in promoting non-relations with Black people, the eventual outcome would be, I don't know, this is simple math. X plus Y is YX, shit like that. You're going to have a mixed child, things like that. What do you do with the mixed children that are produced from this genre of relations that you've created? What do you see happening from the things that you're promoting? This comment is in your chat room. And here's the problem. How can you make more Black women without Black men? It makes absolutely no sense to remove Black men from the equation, because obviously you feel that Black women would carry on the Black lineage, but you don't consider mixed women Black at this time currently. So I'm guessing your protege, your child, would be the difference, the exception to the rule. I'm totally confused. See, I got the song in the background. It's because Don't Save Her, She Don't Want to Be Saved. But I keep hearing y'all calling and yelling and screaming for Black men to do and say and be more. Wow. Bashing, harassing, and telling Black men that they are and will never be nothing compared to white supremacy. I'm not paying either of you attention in that regard. Supremacy as an ideology is not qualified to judge, speak up or against Black culture or contributions here in America whatsoever. Because you remove Black inventions, you remove America. So that conversation of supremacy is limited to you have opportunity and you have a code to keep your people in a position of power. That's it. Some of you have taken this way too far. Way too far. However, I've been collecting data on a lot of these conversations from a lot of these women. And the hate that they're creating what they're doing, it's a problem, but it's a centered problem. I'll say 5,000 of the 10,000 people watching this type of video are of our actual nationality, and there are others who are investigating and looking into the situations that are going on that are at hand within the community that is possibly the most influential globally, African American, and to cause nothing but disruption and disturbance here. Oh man, I can imagine that's why the world is actually dealing or living the way it is. However, a lot of you don't see our power. You never will, you never can. And I guess it's an appreciation for me because I know who we are and what we can do and what we've done. But this fruit, these comments, these women in these comment sections, it's not about the content created. It's about the women inside the comment sections, their hurt, their pain, their reaction, and what they would do if they were in a system that allowed them to enact their true feelings, meanings, and purpose. And a lot of these women are nurses, and they do work in medical fields where they have the opportunity to create or fabricate a means of death and not be investigated for it. So I'm looking at what these ladies are saying and what they're doing in the environment they're creating. And I'm trying to figure out the environment that men created before this that made y'all feel a kind of way. I know y'all mentioned the 10 years of men on YouTube. Y'all mad at Tommy and Angry Man and Obsidian and all, Sergeant Willie P. Every man who had an opinion. You're all of a sudden mad that they said what they had to say after a Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, after all of those shows that came before that. After Shahrazad Ali was chastised early in the game. You guys are now mad at the 10 years of YouTube female bashing. And your conclusion is abort black male babies. You're not the only woman I've seen or say that. And I think y'all got mad at our solution was not have babies with you bitches. Sorry to say it like that, but y'all get mad at interracial dating. Well, look at what this comment says. Is problem solved? You wonder why there's babies getting their throat slashed and whole families being murdered by women? Our community as a whole has a mental problem issue. We don't belong together. We can't build, unite, or focused on each other properly until we have healing some way, somehow, mentally. Unless we open up and actually talk to each other about the truth inside our community, as opposed to hiding it and thinking we're better than because we want to be better than, but we walk around weaker than because we acknowledge some form of supremacy that is only people sticking together. That's it. If you call supremacy throwing your resume in the garbage because well, I own the company and the person who owns the company looks like me, well, it is what it is. You and I, and a lot of people know that when we hit a lot of positions, we exceed, accelerate at these opportunities. And this comment saddens me. But I acknowledge that I don't acknowledge the women that are in this comment section. I acknowledge that I have followed some of them and I've listened to their message. One had the message of, you got this whole Bible thing supposed to be equally yoked. One had the message of black men are making less than black women. It was like 60% to 65. And I'm like, if you put that under 100,000, you make $5,000 more than me. And for some reason, that's a joke. That's laughter. That's considered funny. That our community is in this situation. White women are arguing for a whole lot more of a gap, but they protect their society and code. They'll send their son out to fight for that equal pay as opposed to sending their son out to be equally gay. Yeah, you guys have done it. I've been to Atlanta recently. That's not a black male creation. That's a black female interpretation. Those are not men acting masculine or hyper masculine, as some of you would call it. Those are men acting feminine or extremely effeminate. Don't call for men when you create women. Don't challenge men when there are none to protect you as you claim. Don't ask for a community when you don't have any place in building it. We're not listening to you anymore. Those of us that are real. Because trust me, I still deal with black women, but you women talking online, I'm not dealing with you. And the only reason I'm probably still here is because I've been doing this for years and quite some time. And you know what? There's different avenues that I've been reaching into. So just here on YouTube is not my focus. It's really not my agenda. It is a means of marketing, which is probably why I retain some sort of presence here. Because when I'm ready to market what I'm doing here, I will. But in other places, I do what I got to do. It's not even on the same name. You know why? But you got it being here comes with wisdom. Being in I don't even have. I want to be nice. I just finished expressing myself towards a female. I mean, an individual. So I'm going to be nice and say, I see you. I definitely see you. And with that, I believe that you are an American type black male. And when I say that, I don't mean, you're just American. I just believe you're indoctrinated and you absorbed and taking in all this information that your conclusion is to stop birthing black males. Don't know if you're a part of this community or just a troll. Point is, I've seen this not from just you, from other predominant people. Their conclusion is to stop having black male babies. Genetically, it won't happen. Sorry. Y'all done fucked up anyway. Listen, I wanted some of you to see this. I probably rambled on way too long, thought way too hard. So it happened. It took a tote or two. Fuck it. Point is, thank you. And I have some more videos and some more audios to play to show my brothers what we are up against and what the mentality might be of some of these women that we talk to and engage with, what they're really thinking in their minds, what we need to consider while speaking to them, all of them that look like us inside this community that people are considering black. We just need to have a conversation. And brothers, you need to have yourself in a position of this stance. You need to understand the feminist mind, the new liberal mind, bell hooks, things of that nature, but you need to understand that you might be talking to or dealing with someone who says or feels that they should stop birthing black males, as if we don't have enough problems or enough things going on inside our community right now. That's really whatever. But if that's being said, I'm gonna promote this Latina woman because her raps is gangster. And fuck y'all with that bullshit.
I be like, ay Dios, been woke even with my eyes closed. Diles que si quieren más, mira que eso va pa' largo. Tiren barrio, ride slow, live fast, better get that cash flow. Anybody wanna stand in my way? I got people yelling, whoop that ass. No, the product got fed up with the shit. Life already hard enough as it is. I don't need these motherfuckers shading me or talking shit about where the fuck I am. I've been out here getting cash on my own. Travel the country headlining my shows. I ain't asking anybody for favors. You motherfuckers wanna hate on a snowman? Tell me about it. I know how you feel about me. Lyrically, I can threaten anybody's fucking career. How you feel about it? Since we're being honest, I could give it all up. Have a couple babies. When they learn to talk, then they will spit some bars. And I can guarantee you that it's fine somewhere in their first verse. They will say you garbage. I'm a motherfucking problem. For real? Money talks, I'm talking a mill. Mac is out, don't gotta conceal. Mac is out, don't gotta conceal. Top 5, I'm top 2. Talking spitting bars and that grind too. Y'all child's play like Caillou. And by the way, that was a haiku. Look, goddamn it, Atlantic. Better get it together before strange hit him with a tech. Slept on so long, got a kink in my neck. I've been thinking it's best we relinquish the debt. Got it all in cash, or I could write a check. Or y'all could buy me lunch, or y'all could give me a desk and let me write for rappers. Y'all do get pressed. I feel like Piper Chapman. How much time is left? Cause goddamn. I'm just kidding, ladies. You know I love you. Hey, man. Fuck this shit.